Hi, everybody. This is Sweta Regmi streaming live from Canada. I have an awesome guest today, Chris Lambert, and we are going to talk about LinkedIn Learning. Is it worth it? And if it's worth it, then what you should be looking forward when you are actually signing up for that courses. Do you want to pay for it, or you want to get access free? We are going to talk about this LinkedIn Learning. It's a buzzword right now for 2022, and how are you going to upgrade the skills? And Chris has an awesome slide today we're going to go through. Chris, how about you introduce yourself? Who are you and where are you joining us from?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. So my name is Chris Lambert. I'm joining you all from Kingston, Ontario today. I work at First Works Community Outreach Coordinator. We've been distributing LinkedIn Learning licenses to people throughout the province to help job seekers in their achieve their employment goals. And I also work as an employment counsellor for Keys Job Centre in Kingston. So I've been putting these licenses to practice as well.
Sounds good to me. So I just wanted to see if we're live, make sure that I know it's going to be delayed. For those people who are watching us on LinkedIn Live, can you put number 1 in there? So if you can hear us, everything is fine. There's no echo. Please put the comments in there. I know it's going to be delayed, and I know we're streaming live on YouTube channel as well. You can subscribe there. If you're not able to watch it on LinkedIn Live right now, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. It's been streaming live. What about the Facebook? And I know that I'm streaming on a Facebook as well. I'm just watching for a comment and taking a look at it. I know it's going to be delayed, but I don't want you to miss this important. Okay, I see it now. People are coming. I'm going to give shout out to people whoever's watching us as well. George says 1. Adnan, thank you so much. Srizana, yes, thank you. Those are all LinkedIn. How about YouTube? Anyone watching us from YouTube? Put 2. If you can see us live here, good to go. Can we go ahead and start the slide? It's all going to be LinkedIn Learning. And for those of you who are in specific sectors in Canada, you are going to have free access to LinkedIn until March 31st. So hang around. We'll go with the process. How do you go about signing up for LinkedIn Learning courses for free until March 31st? So Chris, I'm just going to give some shout out to the people, whoever's watching us. Thank you so much for making this live successful, because I wouldn't want you to miss this event at all. All right. Perfect. So people are hearing us fine. Okay, great. All right, let's get right to it without wasting our time. Chris, I'm going to add this, and then we can go and start with the slide. Now, can you do me a favor, audience, whoever's watching us? Can you please put number three for me? I'm going to bring the slide and tell me if you can see the slide, okay? Put number 3. All right. Can you see the slide? Can you please give us number 3? I'm going to double check it as well so you can see the slide that Chris is going to talk about. Okay, so I'm going to see it. I'm checking it on the live as well, Chris, just to see.
Okay.
I don't see number 3 yet. Okay, I see Syed Wakas saying number 3. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Chris, you're all set to go. Go ahead.
Great. Well, I thought I would start off by introducing First Work as an organization. So you're wondering who we are. So we work in the employment sector. We're a network for everyone that's helping people try to find employment. We bring together youth programming, employment services, business leadership, and academia. And we advocate for everyone on a government level to try and develop policy and to hopefully bring programs to people in the province that's going to help them with employment. And through one of these programs that we came together, we did get access to join LinkedIn in a partnership to distribute 100,000 free LinkedIn Learning licenses to the community. And these truly are a fantastic way of working on your own professional development, helping you get that promotion, helping you get that next career opportunity. And we're proud to offer access to this for you in partnership with the government until the end of March. Hopefully we can get an extension and keep that learning going on further, but currently it will run until the end of March. So you might be wondering, what is LinkedIn Learning? Why do I need it? Is this a great tool for me to use? And The idea in LinkedIn Learning is that you're going to be able to upskill yourself and get some micro credentials. And what micro credentials are rapid training programs. And these are things that you're going to be able to use to highlight to employers that you've got skills and you've got knowledge of certain areas, and even to start to learn new ones that you've never heard of before or that you're going to need for the job. And it's a really great way for us to, in a very short amount of time, to start picking up new skills that are going to help us in our career journeys. So some useful information for you all to know about LinkedIn Learning. The first one is that you don't need a LinkedIn profile. So some of you maybe haven't got social media and you're just watching on either YouTube, or maybe you're just on Facebook and not on LinkedIn. All you actually need to sign up is an email address. So if you do want to keep it separate, LinkedIn have made sure that this is accessible to everyone. So what you can do is just sign up with an email, use the platform as you need. If you do have a LinkedIn profile, it is great because you can connect the two. It's going to learn from the skills you already have. It's going to be able to be synced in that you can put those courses and the certificates you've learned directly to your profile. And I'd advise, if you haven't got a LinkedIn profile, to perhaps do a LinkedIn Learning on building a profile to help you get started. So in terms of what's on the platform, there's over 16,000 courses at the moment, and there's about 60 new courses added each week. It really is great. And you've got a really advanced filter option where you can kind of search for those courses. Just like LinkedIn, it's based around algorithms. They're going to recommend content to you that they think is going to be useful. They're going to suggest things that you want to do next after each course that you take. And you've even got 7 different languages that you can access. And there's a few different ways in which you can go over the learning. And we're going to talk about some of those different ways. So you'll see here, I've just filtered by types of learning. Now, courses are things that you're going to be getting certificates for. So if you do a course, you're going to be able to add that into your applications. You're going to put that onto your resume, put that on your profile. But we know that you don't always want to do a course, and there's other types of learning, and LinkedIn have built that in. So you can just do audio or videos. And these are things where you want to do something short and sweet and learn a skill that maybe you need in the job. Maybe you need a refresher. An example would be if you want to do VLOOKUP, but you don't want to do a whole Excel course. You can do a quick video on VLOOKUP, and in 10 to 15 minutes, you can have that skill. Courses can vary from 30 minutes to 2.5 hours to 3 hours. And then the final one is actually a learning path. And these are things that experts have put together to make you a master of something. And you'll see below there's one on social media marketing, and it's 12 hours. That's not like one long 12-hour course. That's a bunch of courses tied together so that you can follow them step by step and pick up all the skills that you'd need to be a social media marketer. And this just helps you navigate. So if you know you want to be in a profession, there's an expert who said these courses are good. They're advocating and saying these are great ones for you to do. And it can just help you guide your journey a little bit better. Now, another great thing about these apps is that you can download the courses. So if you download the app on your phone, you can download all of these courses. And if you don't have access to internet, or maybe you're going on a plane, or you're going out to a college and you're not going to have Wi-Fi and you don't want to use that data, you can do these courses then. So I always advise people, download these courses, because you never know when you are going to be cut off and you're going to have that spare moment where you can get that learning in and start showcasing those skills to your network. Now, I think lots of people always wonder, what's the impact? What's the end goal? And I can tell you now, these things are like cheat codes for getting jobs. And my clients, when I first started using them, I was shocked at how many more interviews we could get just by kind of getting the skills and doing courses that were matching job description skills. And you can see here some further impact on what the data has been showing us on people that have been using these tools. 40% of people that were completing a learning path, which was the series of courses, switched jobs within 12 months. And 23% of the people who were living below a living wage job have moved into that living wage job. So in just a year of using these courses, they were able to get that better job. And really, people who apply this and put in the work, you really will reap the benefits from it. Now, I just wanted to show you an example of what I was talking about. And I've done this with my clients. And the main thing I do with my clients these days is when they send me a job description and we look at the skills that they already have, we go through and we say, what experience do you have? What courses have you done? What's your education? But now we can go a step further. So I look into some of these key skills and say, well, this is highlighted. You need this skill. If you don't have it, let's do a course. Or maybe there's a skill that you haven't got evidence of doing. So many people are always saying on a resume or a cover letter, I'm proficient in Excel or I'm proficient in Microsoft's Word. But how do you back that up? And if you haven't got direct evidence, being able to go on, do a course on Excel, which you can do in a very short amount of time, you can then add that certificate in, and it just removes that element of doubt. And a large part of why we don't get interviews sometimes is doubt. So if we can back up some of these skills that you're talking about, that you know you have, it's just going to increase your chances. And the example you're seeing below, literally, I've gone on, looked for a marketing coordinator job description and looked at the 5 skills. And I just wanted to give you an example of how you could really personalize your application using the platform. So they need interpersonal communication. In 37 minutes, you can do a course and put that in. Social media marketing, 52 minutes. Excel, just over an hour. Project management, 3 hours. As you can imagine, that one would be a little bit longer. And then here, WordPress, 2.5 hours. So in a day, you could do all of these, and you've got their top 5 desired skills and qualifications. Now, it doesn't exactly translate to having the experience in the workplace or to going to school for marketing, for example. But if your application is strong and you're going up against other people who are at a similar level to you, if you suddenly have these courses as well and that you've put the effort in, of course, you're going to stand out a little bit stronger. And we do know that there's a lot of automatic tracking software. We know that people, HR managers, are kind of relying on technology more. And what those things are going to do is they're going to go through and they're going to pick up keywords from your applications. So if these are key things they want, they might be the keywords that they're looking for when they're going through applications. And just adding these courses into your resume is going to maybe hopefully get you through that kind of system and get you pulled out. And the worst case scenario when you add these in is that a hiring manager is going to look at it and say, you've done all of these for this job. But that's a good thing, right? We've put in the extra effort. You've done something to stand out. It's really going to catch the eye. And as I was saying before, it's a cheat code. It really is. And what we're doing here is increasing our chances. And if you're someone who is doing these courses, you probably want to work in that field in some capacity. All of these courses are going to be useful for the other jobs you apply for. So the more you do, the more you're going to strengthen your position in the future. And you can pick and choose which ones to add into your resume. We always advise that you cater what you put in for each application. So you kind of just want to make sure that you add the things that are relevant for each individual job. So another great thing that you can do is actually improve your LinkedIn profile. So if you do have that LinkedIn profile, as I said before, you can sync it over. So what you want to be doing is getting those skills that are going to stand out for applications. So when you apply using the LinkedIn platform, there's going to be a section where they're going to show how much of a match you are. Do you have the skills that they were looking for in their job description? So the more skills you add in, the stronger you're going to look when you're applying using the platform. There's also the opportunity for recruiters to find you just through searching for people with those key skills. You're more likely to stand out if you've added in these courses that are going to be relevant for your job. So it's a really good way to bulk out your profile. And not just that, it fills in timelines for your resume and your LinkedIn profile. So a big reason people don't get called for interviews is because there's an element of doubt. What have they been doing? Why haven't they been working for the last 6 months? Now, if you don't put anything and fill those gaps, people are going to be thinking, oh, maybe they were playing video games. Maybe they weren't applying themselves. But adding these courses, it shows that you're working on your professional development. You've been doing something to improve yourself in this time. And it helps remove some of that element of doubt. And it really does help paint a picture for you as a professional. So they really are a great way to keep adding to yourself, and a fantastic tool. And I just wanted to highlight as well, how great they are it's like the Netflix culture that we're in right now, where we like to stop and start. We don't like to necessarily do everything in one go. I only get 10 to 15 minutes sometimes where I can do a course, but you'll see here that I've started something halfway and stopped. It's going to remember where I am. At any point, you can jump back in. And that's really helpful because we all have busy lives, and it allows us to work around that. So you can put in 10 minutes on Monday, 10 minutes on Wednesday, and before you know it, you've got a certificate for something. So really great tools to use. So what I've done finally is just made a little checklist for you all. So what you want to do, submit your request for the free LinkedIn Learning access with the link we're going to share with you. Set yourself a learning goal on that learning homepage. It's always good to set yourself a goal, put how much time you want to put in. Always going to help us with our learning. Search the library, have a play around, see the good courses that are available to you, and start sharing those courses when you do it. Add them to your LinkedIn profile. And the final thing that I would say, download that app, download some courses, because there's always going to be that boring downtime where we're waiting for our snow tires to get changed or whatever it is, where you can start doing that learning.
All right, thank you so much. Now, can you tell us, so are you done with the slide now? This is,
yes.
I wanted to tell you is anyone who has signed up with us, Teaching You, our clients are loving this. The LinkedIn Learning for free, they are loving it and they're upgrading. And I'm going to go through that a little bit. How do you go about picking the right courses, and how do you go about getting those interviews by making sure that they're right courses to pick it on? I'm going to go through that in a moment, but take a look at this, and if you are our client previously as well, just reach out to me, message me, and then hopefully I can provide you the free courses. And only the catch is they need to be in Ontario. Right, Chris?
Yeah. Or planning to move to Ontario.
All right. So anyone who is living in Ontario and they've taken courses with us, please feel free to reach out to me directly and I'll give you the access until March 31st. But anyone who's not part of Teaching You, or you wanted to go and register yourself with the other organizations, Chris, do you have a name of agencies they can register for free and they can also get an access?
So if you just go to linkedin.firstwork.org, you can come through our website directly as well.
Do you want to type it in there on comment sections for them as we speak? You can type it in the comment and they can see it as well. Where would people go to get that free access? I think I lost him, so probably he's going to come back soon. I'm going to add him as well. All right, so hopefully you got... All right, so he's there.
All right, okay.
All right, keep yourself out. Okay, that happens. You can type it in post there on a chat section. Go to comment sections and type it in. What are the links that people can go and get these courses for free until March 31st? And we can go from there. I think he's going to be back again. All right, so LinkedIn Learning.
I keep getting booted, sorry.
Okay, all right. I'm going to talk about LinkedIn Learning. I'm going to put you on a hot seat, okay, Chris?
Okay.
All right. I know that I believe in upgrading, all right, getting the certifications, but there is a catch to it, right? Like if you're one of those job seekers who are thinking, you know what, I don't have a knowledge on this one, but I'm just going to go upgrade from LinkedIn Learning or any learning environment or get the certificate, and I know that, you know what, they should give me a job. It's not going to happen. Sorry. I'd like to be very transparent here. Whatever courses you do, it all depends on the type of role, type of industry. Some recruiters don't even look at the LinkedIn Learning courses or any courses or certifications. They truly believe in earning that experience, right? So for example, if I am hiring for someone for, revamping my website, and I'm hiring for like coding person, I think it's going to be extremely challenging for me to actually hire someone who just got the courses out of anywhere. I'm not just saying LinkedIn Learning. If I don't see them, I haven't seen their work and I haven't seen them in action and experience. So it does matter what kind of courses that you want to go and put the time together if you want to get that interview. So So I'm a firm believer on, like, if you have any experience already and if you're lacking tiny bit of it when you're looking at the job descriptions and it adds value, please go ahead and do it. That's number one tip. But if you don't ever, if you've never worked in that industry and you feel like, you know what, I want to go in there, I want to pivot it, maybe these are the courses probably you've got to really hone in and get that, the experience either by co-op or volunteering or partnering with the, startups, whatever it is. And then possibly upgrading with the courses might be piece of carrots for the recruiters. And then how you talk matters as well, right? So a disclaimer here is just by getting a certificate and just by getting courses, that does not guarantee any interviews or any job at all. You got to do what you got to do. And the other thing is, I really truly believe in upgrading. So for example, for those people, the second strategy that I tell my clients are, if you've been laid off, hey, anyone who's laid off right now, type in 4 in the comments. So the strategy should be, okay, well, you know what, if you want to go into that industry, you already know your marketing plan is clear and you know that you want to go into that industry. But people who've been in this industry forever, let's say you've been working in this environment for 10 years, same industry, within the same company, you might have not looked out what's out there. What are the other companies really looking for when they're looking for people like you, right? And it's time for you to go back and look at the job description, put it together just the way that Chris said it. What is it that, it keeps on coming up and you feel like you're at the disadvantage? Probably that's the time you got to look into it and see the courses and add those skills on it, because at least now you're not going to sit there and say, I don't have it, right? You have a knowledge and you can actually go and do the job. Because now keep in mind, even in like, you may be very good at Excel, you may be very good at PowerPoint, anything like that. What happens is, when you go from one job to the other job environment, maybe the tools are going to be different, right? You have a basic skills, but they're still going to train you anyway. So you're not going to be, I don't know anything about PowerPoint, I don't know anything about Excel. So you got to know the basic and they'll train you anyway. So those are probably the skills you want to put it on under your belt. And get the calls from recruiters, recruiters and hiring managers, so you know something. What are your thoughts on it, Chris?
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. And as with everything in employment, we have to combine things. And it's the combination of things that we do that are going to increase our chances. And of course, you can't go on LinkedIn Learning and just do all these software development courses with no other experience and then expect to be a software engineer. It won't work like that. But what you can do is upgrade your skills. And marketing is a great example. Careers move. Careers are fast-paced, things change, new skills come in, there's more importance on different skills, and we don't necessarily have all of them. So you might have have a marketing background. You might have worked in marketing for 15 years, but now you don't necessarily have all the skills. So these tools are a really great way that you can go on and pick up those things that have changed. So if you didn't do WordPress or it was less design-based, you can go on and do courses that are going to make you a stronger candidate. And with all of these things that you're putting together, you are just increasing your chances. And that is really what it's all about, because you need to shine brighter than the competition. And if you're going for a job and you've got a very similar candidacy to someone else, the person that's put in the extra legwork, who's put in the extra training, that's developed these skills, that's more up to date on some of these skills, is obviously going to be the preferred choice for an employer. So these tools are a really great way to make sure that you stay relevant, that you stay at the top of your profession, and you keep adding to it. And I think everybody wants a worker that wants to learn, because it means when you join the team, you're going to be that type of personality that wants to better themselves, that wants to better the company. So I think using this, it shows something about your character as well as adding those skills to it.
That's good. Thank you. I was looking at one of the great course, and I, from one of the coaches that I know of, and it's available for a limited time. I don't know when is it till though. I don't know if you have heard the name Sarah Johnson. She actually does really good content, and she has the courses as well for free for a limited time. I'm going to put the link in there. And you know what? It's not only about adding the skills when it comes to LinkedIn Learning courses. What helps is, even for my clients as well, they get coaching and everything. Since I'm not available all the time for them, they can still go ahead and hone their interview skills and all the tips about resumes and all those, like, look into it and say what's out there and try to upgrade their skills as well, especially the interview. More you do it, the better, right, Chris, when it comes
Oh,
to interview?
100%, 100%. And do you know what? Another thing that's really cool about the platform is there's actually interaction. So you can write questions and you can have like the author, the expert in the subject will come back and help you. So it really is, it's a great base for like you said, doing that extra prep and extra learning and covering all those angles.
I love it because you know what? I cover that on my last live, I believe. For those of you, go to YouTube channel, LinkedIn. Actually, it's, the good thing is you don't need the LinkedIn learning courses for that. It's free, available for everybody. You don't need the premium account. I did this step-by-step guide on the interview prep where you can actually, send the questions. You can write it, the response, send the questions to the people that you trust with, and they can give you the feedback. Also, you can record yourself on the camera under the interview prep sections, and then LinkedIn actually give you the response right then and there, like, speed, filler word, stuff like it's amazing. And for those of you who are into the environment right now where you're being interviewed into that environment where there's a one-way interview, I definitely want you to go and practice it, because honestly, these are the type of environment you're going to be in there when you're going through the interview, and that's free. You don't even need anybody. AI is going to give you what you need to work on, and on-the-spot feedback is really crucial, especially people who want to work in the banking world, retail industry, customer service, even the leadership into the retail world and customer service world. They're all going through the AI interview, one-way interview, where you're not even going to get that human on the other line until you pass that. So get that right. And LinkedIn has amazing tool, and it's on a YouTube step-by-step guide. I'm going to put the link on it later on as well for you. All right. Anyone has any questions about LinkedIn Learning, feel free to pass it on. Do you have anything to add before we wrap up, Chris?
No, I just hope that you all take advantage of this fantastic opportunity to explore the platform for free. And it really is great. And I think the more you play with it and the more you see what there is available to you, the more you'll get excited about it. So thank you so much for having me today to talk about the program. And I hope that you've all gained a lot of insight from it.
All right, perfect. So I just put we just put the courses right there. You can go and click on the link after the live. This is the course that it's been delivered by Sarah Johnson. She's a renowned coach from States, and that's going to be there for a limited period of time. It's free. You don't need the premium account for it. You can go and upgrade your job searching skills as well in that course. Now, what we want to wrap up today with the recap is, don't just do, I personally want to say it, is don't just because you have LinkedIn course available for yourself, focus on the skills that you're trying to hone it or upgrade it within the similar industry that you want to get back to it and you're lacking the skills. So that way you don't have to sit there and say, I don't have that skills. Get to know that from LinkedIn Learning courses. The other thing is, by you adding that LinkedIn courses on your portfolio, meaning, on a LinkedIn profile, like Chris said, you can also see what are the top skills required. That's the best advantage that you can see, and you can upgrade it if you don't have it. It gives you, where are you with the competition, right? And then if you're feeling like you're down below, then you can go and start taking those courses if it makes sense. Don't kill yourself with the skills. And this is what I hate when I see a lot of skills. People are putting the certifications. Hey, I have the certifications on this. I have the certifications on this, right? We're so good at flashing those certificates without actually knowing that, is it worth it? I definitely want you to rethink, develop the marketing plan, and then go and pick the right courses. Not every courses, just because it's free, you have to take it. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like it's definitely horses for courses. And as I said, you want to personalize as much as you can. And we don't want to just be listing the 100 courses we've done into our resume, just the relevant things that are really going to give you that boost.
Perfect. And one more final thought is when people are asking you about the gap in the interview as well, there's a way that you could answer it. And then also you can put it on the resume as well when you're taking the courses, LinkedIn courses as well. Hey, what have you been doing? Why you have a gap and why, what you've been doing during that gap, because employers going to ask you as much as you try to think that, that's none of their business, but they are going to ask you and probably putting a strategy together in resume. I've been doing all those courses and this is what I've done. And this is what, I've done. And you can list it out, only the relevant one, just the one that Chris said. The other one is in an interview as well. You can talk about, I've been busy exploring the skills that I wanted to upgrade in, right? Because let's put it that way. Just because you're working on the same industry for years, that doesn't mean that when you go outside, when you don't have a job, or when you want to switch, they might not be wanting the same kind of skill competencies in the different environment. So you got to know what's out there and upgrade it accordingly. So don't be that person who's not willing to upgrade and think that this is the way it is. And this has been working out, because you got to know what your competitors are looking out for. All right. So anyone can reach out to you. Where do you reach out? Where can they reach out to you, Chris?
Yeah. So if you send an email to programs@firstwork.org, for some reason I can't post in the chat, so I'll have to get you to post for me, but programs@firstwork.org. We're always checking those emails every day of the week. So if you have any questions about the platform at all, please get in touch.
Perfect. All right. So closing, who am I? I'm a career consultant in Canada. I help people to bounce back in Canada, especially those who are being rejected because of no Canadian experience. I help them bounce back. Also, I work with a lot of laid off folks as well who are dealing with the ageism barriers as well. And I do what I do is because I've been in your shoes. I've been in the hiring world for more than a decade, and I know what the hiring manager is looking for. And I've been a job seeker as well, so I know how do I help you bounce back. And it's all based on my personal experience. And I just teach you the career strategies based on what worked for me, what worked my client. And if you want to chat with me, I'm accepting the new application starting from January 2022. Please book an appointment right there, and we'll see if we're the right fit, and I can help you bounce back. And I could probably be your last hope if you have tried everything, and I'm here to help you out in Canada. If you're moving to Canada as well, reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Also, the free resources on Teaching Do, you can download it. New to Canada, job postings are there, what you should do, how to do the marketing plan. There are a bunch of free resources. How do you get the job in LinkedIn? Everything, you can download it for free. Go ahead and do it, because you never know. In Christmas, that might be a gift. You might get tons of offer by just downloading the free resources that we have. All right. Thank you so much, Chris, for coming in today, joining us. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any feedback on this program, please feel free to reach out to me and Chris directly. Thank you so much. You take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.